United as one. Forward on we go. Facing friend and foe. We will know what it is. We have not time for that. If we make mistakes, we are lost. We are lost.
Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Cryptotheists live broadcast. I am Brandon Johnson, and I am going to be your pilot today. But yeah, no, welcome to the broadcast. There's a couple things I want to talk about today. There's a couple things I want to talk about every day. That's why we broadcast. But specifically, I want to focus on some developments in regard to the banking sector and talk a little bit about the culture of crypto and a proposed solution or some proposed solutions that I want to try to introduce via this channel. So first of all, let's look at the markets. Let's examine the markets. We got 424 billion market cap going on right now. Let me refresh just to make sure I got the freshest of the numbers I've been on here today. So yeah, I'm off 422 billion market cap, so we've dropped. But specifically, we got a sea of red with the exception of the Bitcoin, which has gone up 0.47%. Ethereum's down 218. That sucks. But yeah, Neo is down 4.46. I talked about this earlier. I'm glad I pulled out because yesterday it was down 3, so we've gone down 7% total in regard to the change since I pulled out after the ontology drop. So we're going to see where things level out, and then I'll probably reinvest at that point. But I feel pretty safe about the decision I made, swing trading that. Let's go to the news. Okay, so basically, like I've talked about before, governments are trying to figure out how to get a hold of Bitcoin. Governments and their associated banking institutions. So the FDIC chair, former FDIC chair, Sheila Bair, said yesterday this, and I've talked about this in regard to cryptocurrency, regular currency. When I started this channel, I was basically, bashing the dollar, and I continue to bash the dollar because, people talk about my evangelical approach to crypto, about, my proselytizing or preaching in regard to what cryptocurrency is going to do or whatever. But the fact is, I am actually fighting an existing religion. I'm actually fighting an existing belief system in fiat currency and the stability of fiat currency, and the fact that the dollar is something that we're programmed to worship from the moment that we're born. Whenever you're watching cartoons, you're watching animated characters running around chasing each other for bags of money, that evolves into, junior high, your teens and whatnot. It's always about getting a job, getting money, getting a car. The commercialism is injected into you. That drive, that lust for fiat is just, it inundates our existence to the point where we don't even recognize how caught up we are in it. until money starts to run dry, and then yeah, things start. We're scrambling, we're grabbing, we're trying to figure out what we can do, to get paid, to get some money. So that being said, I'm not attacking economy. I recognize that people have to be motivated or incentivized to get certain things or whatever. I'm attacking a type of economy that basically focuses on feeding those at the top while those at the bottom are constantly scrambling and scrounging for cash. So, hey, what's up, Stygian? But yeah, so I guess the biggest thing I want to talk about is just like this relationship with currency. This first of all, we have to understand there's a difference between currency and something that's actually like currency and actual cash. All right, I mean currency and actual in what am I trying to say? A currency is used as a mean of exchange. It's used as a mean of exchange, but it's not actually backed by anything necessarily, and that's what was highlighted by Sheila just the other day. She says, I don't think we should ban it. The green bills in your pocket don't have an intrinsic value either. The value is based on what others think is its value. That's true of any currency. Okay? So the dollar is not real in regard to it actually having value in and of itself. Okay? If it's basically just a piece, it's legal tender that's recognized by the United States government, but it does not have any value beyond that, beyond what the government gives it. Okay? People choose, the value that is associated with it. And we assign that value via our dollars. If I say I have a diamond here and it's worth there's no concrete set for that. I can say it's worth $5 and you can say it's worth $5 million, and we choose whether or not we haggle over how much it's going to be worth related to that dollar. That's basically how we've been programmed to believe. The dollar doesn't have any intrinsic value by itself. We bring the value to it. Okay? So that's the first thing we have to understand as we're moving forward into this new society. We have to understand that what we're bringing as far as cryptocurrency is concerned, we have to evaluate the different currencies and see what value is that. Is that helping our society? Is this cryptocurrency helping our society? Is it helping me? What is it helping me to attain? How can I profit? By exchanging it. How can I increase my status, my wealth, my well-being by utilizing it? I used the example the other day about a fictitious cryptocurrency that was used to clean up, that could be used to clean up, a society that was ravaged by trash, and how we could actually implement a currency to do that. So check that video out if you have the time. But basically, the value comes from a healthier environment. The value comes from being able to take this trash, turn it into energy, turn it into other goods, and sell it back to individuals who would need to use it anyway. If I can turn a field of garbage into some refurbished sneakers or something like that or whatever, things that people are going to buy anyway, then there's value in that. Okay, so that's how we need to start looking at things in regard to what is the potential value of this, how is it going to affect us as a whole, as opposed to being chained to a particular currency, fiat currency, and being told this is valuable, this is important, this is something that you need to have. We need to get off of the worship of fiat and focus more so on the worship of our communities, our societies, and how we're going to enrich those. All right? So that's what we're talking about. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. some of this is, response to the FUD that exists, by the banking systems that are threatened. More banks are coming out, especially like smaller banks are coming out and saying, "Hey, this is a threat to our business model," because these smaller banks don't have the wherewithal to move in this new environment and offer, competing products that individuals might use in lieu of cryptocurrency. Where the larger banks do, they've been playing these games for a while. And that's what we're dealing with Goldman Sachs. So here's one game. So Goldman Sachs, which I've talked about, I've bashed Goldman Sachs left and right, and I'm going to continue bashing Goldman Sachs. Because basically, whenever cryptocurrency came on, first it was don't invest in it, it's a scam, it's a hustle. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, they're setting up future markets and everything. Don't invest, it's a hustle, it's unstable. Meanwhile, they're buying Poloniex through Circle, so they can trade fiat pairs with crypto and control the altcoin market that way. Don't invest in crypto. Meanwhile, they're saying this now. Cryptocurrencies in its current format are in a bubble. And so basically, they're spreading a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and basically trying to tell people, don't buy these cryptocurrencies right now. They're all over the place. They're unstable. Wait a minute. We're figuring some stuff out. We're going to create our own cryptocurrencies. We're going to create the model that you need to subscribe to, so we can charge you for that. But, don't get in this market now. Not now. Not now. It's too crazy. Okay? That's the game Goldman Sachs is playing. So they've switched their narrative from cryptocurrencies are garbage, don't touch them, to don't touch those cryptocurrencies, touch the cryptocurrencies that we want you to buy later on down the line. And this is why a bunch of people, were disparaging in regard to Ripple versus Stellar Lumens, because Ripple was basically designed as a cryptocurrency that could be manipulated just like this and utilized by the banking industry. And the banking industry has adopted Ripple, in a variety of ways, and has some products and things that are coming out that will probably be Ripple integrated. But yeah, we need to be aware. You need to respect the tech. You need to do your research. You need to find out exactly what is going on in this market, and don't subscribe to what those in power now are telling you about it, because they don't want you involved in it. They don't want you taking advantage of these opportunities. They don't want you investing. They don't want that. That's why we have this big, pressure down on ICOs and whatnot. Not to say it's all bad, because we do have some people out here who have ill will and negative intentions for you. They want to scam you. They want to hustle you. They want to take your crypto, your money, however they possibly can. That's existed since the beginning of time. The whole question is, what are you going to do to get into this market, to investigate these opportunities yourself, and take advantage of these opportunities and position yourself in the best way possible? Okay, that's what this channel was designed for. That's what this channel is about. It's about informing people, educating people, and making people aware of things that are going on in the market, things that you can do in order for you to position yourself and get involved in this market, but to do so safely, intelligently, and to spread this movement, because that's what it is. It's a movement. There is an economic movement that's going on right now in front of you, before your very, very eyes, but you will not be aware of it if you do not do research, if you do not pay attention to the news, if you dismiss this as a fluke. Then yeah, you'll be struggling with fiat later on down the line. 10, 15, 20 years from now, you're going to be wondering why your dollar isn't going as far as it used to go. And people who have transitioned over into this new market will have wealth that's been acquired, that's been built, that's been grown over years. They will be parts. They will own parts of industries that you utilize every day, just like you utilize the internet right now, just like you're on your Dell computer, your Mac computer, going to Amazon.com to sell your products or purchase products. That's what these individuals now will be benefiting from. They'll be taking advantage of that later on. Okay, so this is why you need to get in this market now. While you can. Over in England, the Bank of England, Governor Mark Carney called for authorities to regulate cryptocurrencies rather than ban them outright. Once again, we're dealing with a situation where they are not trying to eliminate these cryptocurrencies, because they're trying to figure out how they're going to control them, how they're going to get their piece of the pie. They can't kill them. The ledger is distributed. It's international. No matter where you are in the world, you have access to the ledgers of these cryptocurrencies. Okay? So there's no way for the bank to say, we are going to shut this down. We're going to stop this here. If you stop it here, you ban this exchange here, these individuals will go over to other countries and trade those exchanges. I don't even have to leave my house to make trades with people in China. I do it on a regular basis via Binance. Okay? So there's no way you can shut that down outside of shutting down the internet. And no one's trying to do that, because that would definitely hurt revenue across the board. So they would have to kill themselves, stave off their own connections, stave off their own, sustenance that's basically sustaining existing businesses, and in order to attack, crypto as it is. It's not something that's stored on your computer. That's a whole other thing too. It's not so I can't go to individuals and say, hey, stop trading crypto. Even if you tell me to stop trading crypto here, the transactions that I've made, the things that I've done, they still exist on the ledger. Wherever I can get access to a computer, I have access to my crypto. Okay? That's how powerful this is. It's a global way to transmit wealth and to transfer wealth. If my society collapses, if my government collapses, if we have a coup that happens or whatever, I can grab my family, move to another country, and bam, my crypto's right there. We know global instability is a thing. We know it's something that's going to be happening as a result of climate change. We know it's going to be happening as a result of wars. We know it's going to be happening as just people migrate from one place to another. We know as we become more interconnected as a society around the globe, people are going to be moving from one place to another. Banks cannot handle the transfers like that. Crypto can. Okay? So that brings me, this show is going to be kind of short today, but I do want to talk, a bit about the channel. I like to spend a little bit of time focusing on the channel and the growth of the channel. So I spent a lot of time looking at, my metrics. What can I do better? I need to get shorter. I need to get faster, in regard to, how I'm conveying these ideas and concepts. I need to provide more introductory videos, try to get people up to speed, which is why I'm doing the courses, and putting together videos, informational videos that let you know basic things, just as, how do you set up a wallet and stuff like that. But then, too, as I was going through my metrics, I was noticing, I was like, damn. I was like, damn near 99.9% of the followers, the people who listen to me, on Facebook, I gotta look at that, too, but I know a good majority of the people who listen to me on YouTube, all of them are male. All of them are male. And I think there's a problem with that. I don't know as far as racial demographics are concerned. I really don't subscribe to that, but I do subscribe to the fact that, there are men and there are women and there are roles that we've assigned, men and women in our various cultures and societies around the world. And I do know that financial agency is empowering. And I do know that crypto is presenting opportunities for financial agency that didn't exist before. Individuals, who may have had trouble dealing with banks or dealing with access to capital or whatever, there are products that are being developed, within crypto. And then just even learning how to utilize crypto yourself, you're able to, it's empowering. And so, it was kind of distressing to me, I know I'm a male and whatnot or whatever, and I don't try to pander to anybody. I'm just trying to give out information. But I do feel as an instructor, as a teacher, I feel it's my responsibility to try to provide some sort of, provide some sort of vehicle that individuals who are underserved in the community, whether it be, because of their race, their sexual orientation, their gender, whatever, their religion, whatever, however you're underserved, I feel like you still should have equal access to knowledge. People should be trying to incorporate you in the learning, in the learning sphere, I just had a giveaway, but I think I'm going to do another one. But this one's going to be targeted. This one's going to be focused. I want my viewers, Yeah, I want my viewers. I want you all, you believers, you theists. Um, I want you to find find a woman, your mother, your sister, your daughter, your friend, your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever. Because I'm talking to a bunch of guys now, from what I've seen, and I want you to get them or ask them to subscribe to this channel. Okay. Um, yeah, that's what I want. I want you to ask them to subscribe to this channel. All right, and then we'll do a giveaway next Wednesday. I'll announce the parameters, that much more. But if you want to get ahead of the game, go ahead and start it now. But just like find the females that you know via social media, those people that you know on YouTube, Twitter, whatever. I want more females on this channel. I want to look at my metrics and say there's some females there. I'm not trying to pander, to females per se. I'm not going to change up what I'm talking about and make it more quote unquote female friendly. Like I feel knowledge is knowledge. Like I'm going to share whatever I want to share with you. But I want more females to subscribe because I want to diversify this space. This should not be a movement of men, by men, for men. If I go to any of the ICO websites and I look at the management teams, all guys. All right? When I go and I look at the top YouTube stars, all guys. All right? And then the females are there. They're pretty, they're attractive, or whatever. They're the Vanna Whites of crypto or whatever. But I don't feel like that's. I think that's just basically sex appeal. I'm pretty sure they got a majority of male subscribers as a result of their appearance. Now, I'm not trying to be sexist and state that any of these individuals, don't know what they're talking about. But I do know what's drawing a good majority of their viewers probably is the fact that they're easy on the eyes. And I know there's guys out there in crypto who are easy on the eyes too. But I digress. My issue is sexuality shouldn't be, the main draw for people to. I know sex sells and everything, but it shouldn't be the main draw for people to come into this market. It shouldn't prohibit individuals from wanting to get in this market. I want to understand, why there are more males in this market. Money doesn't know your gender, your orientation, your sexuality, or anything like that. What God you serve, it doesn't know anything like that. So for something about crypto is off-putting from what I've seen to a good majority of females I deal with, and I want to remedy that. I want to address that. So I'm going to do a giveaway. I'll figure out the point. Let's do 50 Litecoin. Fuck it. Let's do 50 Litecoin. 50 Litecoin. 50 Litecoin for females. All right. Yeah. Let's do that shit. Okay? So, tweet, subscribe, respect the tech. Yeah, we're going to do 50 for females.